With an unemployment rate sitting at 32.9%, sluggish economic growth and rising living costs tightening the squeeze on households, South Africans are under intense financial pressure. Citizens and economists are hoping Finance Minister Enoch Godogonwana's third attempt will not only succeed, but also deliver real relief. Newzroom Afrika's Vaylen Kirtley has more.
On Wednesday at the Cape Town International Convention Centre, Finance Minister Enoch Godogonwana will finally table his budget for the next financial year. The third attempt at doing so after the last two failed, when a proposed increase in the value-added tax caused political as well as public outrage. How exactly will he fill that gap is top of mind for many, making this budget a highly anticipated one. For the Cape Townians and South Africans that we spoke to outside of the Cape Town Home Affairs, their concerns are long-standing ones, where they hope the Finance Minister will not only allocate budget to, but also hope that he doesn't cut any funding to.
South African economy, I think politicians, I can tell you about politicians, ain't doing enough for the people. So our economy, I think, is not doing well here in South Africa. I think they should build schools, hospitals, and they should tackle unemployment, poverty, and the money should go to the people. That's what I'm thinking.
First of all, I would look at the international connection and ties that we have as the country. Because if you notice, some of the things that impact us as the country that give us a setback is some of these international connection ties that we have. So whenever there's a problem that's happening, we always face ourselves being pulled back or having to find other alternative solution. So if we would come up with one of our own things, for example, the health industry with what Trump happened in the last month, I feel like if we had our own structures in terms of developing and supplying these things that we are getting from the American side, I feel like we'll be at a much safer path than we are right now.
You're not safe. Everywhere you're not safe. So that is what I think about the economy and work for the youngsters and the older people, and it's more like the children. They have a future, but they take on people like 35. The age restriction for work is 35. There's a lot of people at home, a lot of youngster children at home, 35 years old. But government, there's 70 years old people sitting there. I mean, give the people work. That's why they go into drugs and stuff.
Mainly for the fatherless children and also the elderly. And then people that needs help with drug addictions. Because it's the fatherless that's normally going on to drugs, or the abused that goes on to drugs that needs help.
With no VAT increase, the projected amount to be allocated will be less. Economists say if government is to stay true to the goal of fiscal consolidation, then borrowing is not an option and cuts will have to take place. Some of the areas identified in the last budget may be an indication of where the expected shortfall will come from.
I think we will see increase in fuel prices. We might see fewer zero-rated items as far as that is concerned, and we will probably see no adjustments to tax brackets, which is a stealthy way to increase the personal income tax revenues by the government in order to help them get enough revenue to cover the expenditures post the cuts made to those expenditures.
With President Cyril Ramaphosa in Washington and a meeting scheduled with the American President Donald Trump also for Wednesday, it's expected to be a significant day for the country. However, at 2 p.m, all eyes will be on the CTICC, where Finance Minister Enoch Godogonwana will table his budget for the next financial year for the country. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Vaylen Kirtley.